Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one team who likes to get it done through the air. The Raiders are #1 in total pass yards, going up against the Chargers, who will have to be at their best to slow them down. A lot of uncertainty about the future home of the Raiders, but for today, their home is still Oakland, California. And that's where we'll find our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing on first down is Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, sometimes we talk running backs. Sometimes we talk wide receivers. Walford, the tight end in this unit, very important.
Clive Walford, a terrific player. Knows how to work the inside portions of the field, but also can surprise you and get deep.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Carr. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And we'll take a look quickly at the San Diego defense.
Jason Verrett may not have ideal size as a cornerback, but no one plays the ball better in the air than the guy I call Mighty Mouse.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. A right side catch by Crabtree. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Carr to throw again. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw his Carr, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Carr. Open man is Holmes. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case,
now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Now slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end that time, Michael Rivera. That'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And now it's second and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's third and goal. Now this time, Carl Crow. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And it appears they'll go for it here on fourth down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
We ready? Wide and yank, set, wide and yank.
Carr keeps it on the sneak. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. And tough starting field position here. They'll run with a second-year man. It's Melvin Gordon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And one of the guys to watch out for out of this group is the man on the outside, Keenan Allen.
His versatility, able to play outside the numbers, come back inside to the slot. In any case, you've got to find ways to get him the ball.
The give to Lane, the up man. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
A third and inches, you pretty much expect to see straight-ahead runs, and this one doesn't quite go that way. And it certainly didn't help him trying to cook up a first down.
Yeah, trying to get to the outside, lost yardage. Play clock running out. Mike McCoy realizes it and takes a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here's Brad Nordman now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time, they had it fourth and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worried about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Clock running, under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Carr now to throw. Crabtree with it over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. They'll come out in the pistol. To throw, it's Carr. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. And some space here. Picked off, and now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Back now to begin the second quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out and following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Play action here on first down. Complete, the tight end Rivera. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So 20 yards to go here on first down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And now it's second down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face, because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football. But a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
All right, here we go.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
to
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. They come out here in the eye. Again, Gordon on second and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it third and goal.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to do great with plenty of work.
A first carry for the vet, Danny Woodhill. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he's in across the chalk. Touchdown, San Diego. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. So they're going to go for 2. Rivers is going to throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
If you draft a guy in the 6th round and he gives you a 1,000-yard season at some point, would you say he's good value?
That's good return on investment. He was the first Raiders guy to rush for 1,000 yards in 2015 since McFadden back in 2010.
Latavius Murray, remember the name.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18. Come on, baby. Alert. Switch. Here we go. Red 18.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice little pass and catch there on the corner route.
Set up very well by the receiver with a head and shoulder fake inside before he comes back downhill to his quarterback.
To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Second down now after the pass completion. Again, we'll see the pistol here. That was second down run for Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jatavis Brown picked it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
Pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Melvin Gordon's rookie year was a far cry from his last season at Wisconsin, wasn't it?
Boy, it was. Yeah, we got the numbers right here. 3.5 yards per carry, 641 yards, no touchdown.
Well, I think his team is really looking to do things to help him break out and get back to that Wisconsin form in 2016.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers looking for the end zone. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Raiders. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
We ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now Carr. A right side catch by Crabtree. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. He can run for it, and he will. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Seven yards to go on 2nd down. Now this time Carl throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brandon Flowers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing, Rivers. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Second down following the incompletion. 1 receiver left, that's Allen. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And it's caught by the new pickup from Cleveland. It's Travis Benjamin. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And it's complete. Henry. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. So my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. That kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll come out in the pistol. A first down throw here for Rivers. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 45 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations, so he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. 3rd and goal for Rivers. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The first time All-Pro in 2015. Khalil Mack in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Josh Lambo now for the Charger field goal. And Lambo will put this one through, and that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
To throw his car. Airing one out deep for Holmes here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
And he fires one, but incomplete. Here's Marquette King now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Rivers now on 2nd down. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. Rivers off the play fake to Woodhead. Open man, it's Allen. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Back now in the East Bay. Now Gordon on 1st down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They come up in an offset eye. Rivers now. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. We always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Throwing now is Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough third down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And after a nice gain, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs.
All right, here we go.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field. Partner.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Another pistol look here. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made there by Ben Heaney.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
An expecting pass. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And quickly, they get to the line. Now, Carr again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd and short.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw to the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Big Joey Bosa. He gets sacked a variety of ways. That's his 2nd one of this game. But he can get them with speed off the edge. He can get it with power. But his hands, I think he has such great hands that oftentimes he uses those either throw offensive guys away or show the hands and then get past them when they try and block him.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll put... And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. 1 receiver to the left is Cooper. Throwing now is Carr. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the lead drops from 34 to 27. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Brandon Oliver now on the return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just 1 kneel here, and this game should be over.
It's always the final play of preparation each week. the practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
There goes Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And it is no...